Hey guys, Cab over Gary back here. Well, today I am going to finish the John Deere 140. I need to clean the shop first, but I'm doing a video on that as well. I can't believe I left it this messy. But let me show you where it's left off at from last week and what we need to do. So here she is. Paint pretty good. There was a repair in this hood and it did kind of shadow it, kind of bubbled up around it. I don't know if I could get that out with a polish, maybe, but otherwise, paint's pretty clear. There is some dirt in it, but not a whole lot. Plenty good for what this is, but yeah. So this thing's in pretty good shape. So I need to assemble it by putting wheels on it. I'm going to start it, pull it out, wash the shop, then I'll bring it back in and we will rewire it and put the deck back on it, and then hopefully we'll get the mow today. I got some mowing out here to do. Man, this shop is a mess. I am so mad at myself for doing that. But this is all getting high. I want the mower to maintain this area out here. I'm going to have to be careful for a little bit because there's a lot of limbs and stuff that I need to be sure not to hit with that. Might need to brush hog it a couple more times. But my plan is to have this like a lawn throughout here. And then the fields, I'll maintain with the bigger tractors. But yeah, let me get the wheels. I bought new wheels, so let's get them out and we'll get them on, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got new wheels for this because the other ones were rusted on. So I'm hoping these fit right. Let's see. Yeah, they'll work. So they came with some spacers to get everything right. Let's see what we need here. Let me get some scissors. I think I'm going to try this guy out. And then I think I'm going to put a washer for a backer. Put that on. Then another washer. Let's see. Might need to go a little bit skinnier. Well, looks like let's try this guy. I think that will work. Okay. So, I figured out another problem is let me bring you over here. So I figured out that the axle is a bigger diameter than the threads. So I had to get this on there far enough so that the bearing's riding on the axle. So that means spacing this over more, which puts it a little tight there, but there's still enough clearance right here. So that shouldn't change because that's attached to the spindle, so I think we're good there. We are good there. So now we're on far enough. So I just need to, I really would like to find a washer. See, the problem is though, these are for that spindle. This one is better. Uh, so that might be the one used. So we'll figure it out. So guys, this is what I decided. I didn't have a cap for this. This is the original cap that fit inside the hub, but this washer was close. So I sanded kind of a taper on it, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to hammer that on and give me a nice cover on it. So I'm gonna bolt this all up and then we'll take a look. I got the old John Deere charging. We're about to rewire it. So I brought some connectors and the pliers out here finally. I'll show you how those guys work. They work really good. I like that style of connector. I also got a new spark plug. I was trying to get the whole tune-up thing. I think it's really strange that you can't find a points condenser in a parts store. I'm 20 minutes from Dallas. Like, I live in a city, and no one had a parts condenser or a points condenser, you know. So I happen to have one from my 8N project in this tune-up kit, so I might try it. But I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully it's just a bad spark plug. So I'm going to throw the spark plug in it. I have a coil. The coil on the Alice is brand new. I'm going to steal it and put it on this tractor. I already ordered another one to replace it. So my plan is to do ignition tune-up while I do this. I was hoping to have a condenser and points, but I can't get them in time. And I don't know. I have two things without points, and that's my diesel pickup truck and my cab over. Oh, and the backhoe. Three things. All three things are diesel. Everything else I own has points on it. That might be a little crazy. Anyways, so let's also grab the manual. Let's see, John Deere. Just to see what the specs are for that spark plug. Let's see. Oh, you guys like that? Put all my manuals in there so they stay nice. I don't know. Just something I built and I like. So ignition, so spark plug gap is 0.025 inch. So we'll do that. Let's see if there's a carburetor adjustment to base starting point, because we'll start there as well. Let's see, lubric fuel, hydraulic system. Here's the spark plug. Yeah, 0.25. Okay. It also shows how to fix the steering slop in here, I saw, so we're going to do that as well. Adjusting brakes. There's got to be a carb adjustment. This was built when people took care of their stuff. Adjusting the carburetor. Be sure turn idle mixture screw clockwise until close. Close finger tight only and then open 2 complete turns. So that's for the idle. Turn high speed mixture. Let's see. Okay, and then the high speed mixture screw is 1.5 inches or 1.5 turns out. Another one is 2 turns. Okay, so now that we get on that, let's start with this. Let's put the plug in it and put the carb to the base settings and see if it starts. I think I'm still gonna put the new coil on it, I wish I had a condenser with me, but I don't. And points. That might be something later, but I'd like to start with a spark plug, see what happens from there. All right, let's pull this guy out. Let's go up anymore. I need one more hood bolt for this. It's missing one of them. Soaking wet, just what I thought it was going to be. So this calls for an Autolite 216. That's what I got. This is the type of spark plug yapper I recommend, the round style. The flat ones, you could be a little crooked and not get a good feeling for it, but this one's a wire that goes in there, and oh, it looks like it's gapped right. Yeah, so the 0.2025 fits in there, but the 0.03 does not, so it's good to go. Washer's on there, so let's throw this in there. I'm hoping I just don't have a hot enough spark. I think we're going to throw the coil on too. So let me grab that off the other tractor. Okay, I can't remember if I checked tighten this or just screwed it in my hand, so let's double check. It's 25 foot-pounds, so there we go. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Let's see. Got to break the paint. Man, that's in there. Well, paint has it bonded, I think. There, it's moving now. See if I can loosen it a little bit more. I think it tightened back up. Well, it's loose. Kind of painted over some dirt here. It's good for it. All right, I'm gonna get this off. I just found out something. So this is a Matco. These only have a 5-year warranty on them. I really kind of questioning like Harbor Freight has a lifetime. I used to buy all good quality tools, but I don't know. It seems like the icon stuff is right there. I don't know. Alright. I think that coil is probably fine. But we have a new one. Let's see. We want the negative on this side. So we want it like so. I always wish they would give like a 1/4 inch more on these screws. I can never get them started when they're on the coil. And then you scratch the new coil all up getting them on. Uh, I'm going to try this differently. Put it where it goes. I'm going to grab these guys. There. That's how you're supposed to do it. Got a little bit off. Dang it. All right. So we have that. Let's see if this new condenser is going to work. Hole's a little small to mount it. Let me see what I can figure out. I'll be back. Well, good news. I didn't know that those mounts just come on and off. So the old mount came off and fit right onto here. So we're good to go there. Make sure we got a good ground. I think I'm going to get the drill and the wire brush and clean this mount up. I'm going to take it out so I don't get it. But not perfect, but a lot cleaner than it was. I think I'll get a good ground now. Okay. Then I'm going to clean up where it mounts to the motor. There we go there. Where's the... What do I do with it? I misplaced the coil. There it is. I'll clean up the back side. And then this is the one it grounds on, so... Alright. Let's get the screw too while we're at it. Okay, I think we're good. So let's mount this back up with this. I wonder... Let's see what's going on here. These wires cross over. That must be the starter. Which that circuit seems to be fine. Let's get that side started. Start this side. Okay. And then we'll have this wire come up through here. Attach on like so. Okay. So we're... Okay. Let me see if I have what's needed to make a new wire. Okay, so I got that. Will this work? No. I might not have that boot. I might have to steal the old boot. But I do have. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me grab the wire and we'll make a spark plug boot. Alright, so I already have this end on one. Yeah, that'll work. So then, let's see. What about there? I'm going to cut this with a razor blade to get a nice sharp cut. So let's see. Let's go. Alright, there. There we go. So we got that cut. Now we need the special pliers. Let's see. A little more off of there. And fold it back. And then crimp it on. And then we have a wire. And I forgot to put the boots on first. Shoot. There we go. I gotta steal this coil, and I didn't have an extra. It's not the best one either. You know, I'm gonna steal it from the Alice, and I'll order another one. This will go on. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Slide it up so I make sure I get a good. It's all the way in. And slide this down. That's good. That's good. Put this back in the kit. So now we got a new coil wire. Where's this guy go? This guy goes into the points. We're going to call this good at the moment. Let's clean it up though. Let's pull the points cover off. This is how you know it's a 69. They started notching these after this year. They would notch the frame out here. Probably for that reason, I just dropped that screw. I haven't been in the points because it had spark and everything worked. So let's see what we got in here. Well, how do you get this off? Is that why they notched it? Well, son of a gun. This might be an issue. Let's see, can you rotate it this way? Does come off. Okay. So I think we're going to replace this wire. Yeah. So I'm going to go get a wire. I'll be right back. Okay. Got me a new wire. Points look clean. I might grab a file since I'm in. They look fine now. Okay. All right. Now. There's that end. Man, fishing it back down here is a pain in the butt. Let's see. That might help. All right. And then that has to go there. Yeah, get this in. All right. Now I can put those screws back in. I forgot I dropped one. Let's see if I can find the other one. There it is. This screwdriver is not magnetic. I need a magnetic screwdriver. All right. This is going to be challenging, I have a feeling. Yeah. This is why they notched it. I'm going to fish around with this for a while. I'll be back. Well, guys, I'm frustrated. I could get it to run. I probably fouled another plug, but I can't get it to deliver enough fuel. And I think what happened is, if you remember earlier when I was trying to unscrew that valve through the bottom, I bent the tip of that jet, and I don't think it's right. I don't think it'll ever be right. And I think there's too much gummed up. I think this is a bunch of play. So I ordered a Chinese carburetor. Uh, It'll be here Tuesday, so I'm gonna put that on and see if that solves the problem. It gets really good reviews, so I'm hoping I'm gonna bolt that on and be good. But yeah, that kind of sucks. I wasn't expecting that. I like running original carburetors, but this one just, it is what it is. I can't get it to work right. So yeah, so the video is gonna be kind of on pause until I get that done. But dang, I was really hoping to use this today. I was excited about that, but I'm gonna have to go mow with the brush hog where I was planning on using this. Not a big deal. Just wanted to use this. Hey guys, well, another week. I got a Chinese carb. This is wrong on them all, so I got to switch the blade out. But otherwise, this thing looks pretty nice. Hopefully, this solves the problem. A lot of good positive reviews on these. So the kit came with a shut-off valve, some hose, a little filter. I think I will throw the little filter in. And then it came with some new gaskets. I also got a little keychain for it. Kind of silly. Like, that's my dump truck key. That's the Ferguson key. This one's a little small. That's the backhoe key. I don't know. I just do that. Something kind of silly. But anyways, let's get putting this carb on. I accidentally left the key on. Hopefully I didn't hurt the coil or anything, but the battery was dead on it. So I got the charger on it as well. But it'll be good to get some good. I put the fuel hose that came off the Triumph on it. But it'd be nice to have some brand new fresh fuel hose on it as well. So hopefully this is going to solve all the problems, and it's going to start up and run right so I could concentrate on getting the mower deck back on it. And then I always change out all the grease fittings when I do this, and grease it up and go mow some grass today. That's kind of my goal. There is a tractor show on the 24th that I'm planning on going to, so I want to get this tractor 100%, and then I got some fenders for the Ferguson I want to get on, and there's a little leak on the Ferguson, so I want to dress the Ferguson up some and bring it as well. So both of them will come to the tractor show is the plan. So kind of excited about that. I love doing those events, so it'll be pretty cool. It's in Decatur, Texas, so if any of you guys are around, that's where I'll be next Saturday, or not next Saturday, the Saturday following this one, with my toys. So let's get to putting this on. So the first thing I need to do is pull this carb off. Pretty simple on this one. Just got to pull the choke cable out. And then undo the fuel, undo this line. I need to turn my box. Oops. Okay, so throttle cable's off. I don't have enough in the tank, so I should be able to just prop this up for now. Yeah. And then let's see. Is this 1/2 inch? Yeah. What the heck? I just put this on and it's like seized on there. There we go. I'm going to be happy when I'm done with this mounting thing. This is like a hard carburetor to get on and off, how the bolts are behind the housing like that. I actually slotted this side so you can put a screwdriver in it, which helps because it's tight in here. I say you put a screwdriver in there, you get half a turn, then you gotta move it. But it's a lot easier and faster than a wrench still. Okay. Okay, and then this is what I'm talking about that's different here, is this rod here. This one you go like forward. I wonder if this would still work if I just put it in this hole. Let me experiment with that. So if this was up here and this cable was in this hole, like so, and oh, it's opposite. So the choke, it doesn't pull it very well either. Yeah, it won't work right. So I need to pull that back out. And then what you got to do is you got to unscrew the butterfly, then the shaft should pull out. Then we should be able to switch them. Except for these screws don't want to come out now. There, this one's coming. This one. This might be an issue. Let's try a little bit bigger screwdriver. There we go. I think it's got red Loctite on. It's got Loctite on it. I think the Loctite was a little strong for the size of the screw. But then I guess at the same point, you definitely don't want one of the screws falling out and going down into the motor. So I guess I need to put some Loctite on that. So then, hopefully, there is a little ball in there for the detent. So don't lose that. That bounced out on me, but luckily I caught it with my eye. Okay. So that one's apart. And I need to get the shaft out of this one. Hopefully I don't dump fuel all over me. Okay. Oop. Let me try it. That's down. Yeah. Well, that was about one of the worst things that could happen. That screw just broke off in that shaft. And this is the shaft I need. Yeah, it sucks. Hopefully these screws are the right size from the new one. These screws aren't the right size, and I'm not going to have enough screws to put it back together. And I don't think they are. This is a big issue. Shoot! Let me drill the screw out of there so I can at least get that part done. I'll be back. So what I've decided to do is rivet these in. Then I don't have to worry about anything falling apart. But I got to drill this out a little bit to do that. Yeah, I think that will be the most secured way to do this. So I think this is the drill bit I need. I drilled that screw out already. Let's see. Didn't have to remove much material. Oh, perfect fit. Good deal. Don't do that. Went a little crooked on me. I'm gonna go chuck it up in the vise so I don't snap it. Okay. So I gotta drop this ball down here. I think that's what this hole is for. Yeah, I dropped it in place. I think I'm gonna clean up the back sides. It's more just so a bird doesn't decide to fall off later on. Make sure nothing loose is hanging on there. Okay. I think I need a needle. Okay, I should be able to press down on this ball, slide the shaft in. There we go. Okay. Now, this guy drops down like so. I need that, it's not quite going all the way through yet. There we go. All right. Okay, that flared out nice. Let me put the other one in. I guess I need to pull the balls out of this so they don't decide to fall out at a later point. Look how captured they are once I get that together. What the heck? They're in there really good. I don't think they're coming out. Yeah, they're domed around it. So I'm going to leave them. Seems like this should open more. I hope I didn't mess something up now that I got those in there. I just had it on the wrong side, so I flipped it and now it works right. So yeah, I'm excited. I guess need to put this on and see what happens. Let's go back over there. Okay, so first thing I want to do is tighten this guy down. That should be a good angle. Let's see it like it tightened up pretty nicely. And then I want to put the new gasket on. Wish I had some gasket slack. Some Indian head. I like that stuff. It holds the gaskets in place well, so you don't rip them trying to get everything in place. Okay. I always grab the wrong size for this carburetor. What do you think, guys? Do you think this is just going to fire up and run right now? I'm hoping so. I need a win right now. My snapper mower that I went through is having some issues as well. It needs a motor. It looks like it broke a piston ring. It has a Tecumseh motor on it, and my understanding is that's probably the least desirable that those motors ever came with. I think this casting's a little thicker. Okay. I need a thinner wrench. We're just gonna hook up the old fuel line and see what happens because I'm curious. Okay. Let's hook the choke up. Give it some choke. Probably need to suck some fuel in. Sure, we're getting fuel. Same issue that the other carburetor had. It won't run without a choke. I think I need to check the valve on here to make sure we're getting enough fuel. Let's try it again. I'm gonna pull the tank and check the stuff on the bottom. I was hoping that it was just gonna be throw that on and we're good to go. But maybe that something got sucked up in the line. I don't know. All I could do is hope that it's something simple at this point. Okay, so it seems like not much fuel was coming out of this down here. So I'm gonna pull this off and see what is in there. I'm getting a mess. I need to put stuff up. I wanted to fix this anyways. I painted the hose on accident. It drives me nuts. Weird, I know. I don't think that's replaceable. That might be bad news. Let's open this up and see. Yeah, that is definitely welded on there. If I could get that off, I mean, a cap could go on it if have to, and just make it an elbow. I can't believe that's welded on there. Let me see if I can get this to budge. So this moves. Okay, so it's coming out. And that is definitely nasty. Uh, Let's clear all the way up. That, I think, is the problem right there. I need a straw. I thought I had a straw up here. There it is. Oh, yeah. That was nastiness came out of there. So I think I found my problem. See, I got some cheap drill bits. Let's try this. Use them as a cleaning device. That one's too big. That one's too big. That one's just right. I think I'm gonna make sure this thing has flow. Yes. All kinds of crap. I think we're gonna leave that about as open as possible. Let's see what happens. I think that should flow enough now. I looked in here and I thought it was fairly clean. But maybe I need to double look. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the best. I don't think I think we are gonna put this guy on. I guess this does not have a direction. There's no arrows and you can blow both ways. We'll go that way with it. Yeah, that fits. And then this hose was just about right. So we'll do the same thing. We'll go right about here. We'll put the filter. We get a cutter. Let's see. I think this thing's worn out. There we go. All right, we'll make the final cut when it's up there. I'm hoping this is the solution. I'm hoping it wasn't getting enough fuel. But we will find out shortly. Okay. So, we want to go this side of this? Yeah. I think just like that. I need a new one of those. That one's not working right. Okay. Let's get some fuel back in here. That's all below the tank level, so this should work pretty good. Let's see what happens. Well, guys, what do you think? Pretty happy. Came out pretty good. Let's flip you around and take a look. So this is a 1969 John Deere 140. Uh, it was in pretty good shape when I got it. I just did a quick scuff and paint, and then I had problems with the carb. I put a new carb on it, and it seems to be pretty happy. Still needs a throttle cable, and I need to figure out the rear lights. But and I did a complete fluid change and put all greased it and all that stuff. Does have an exhaust leak on the muffler I need to fix, but man, is she good looking. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm gonna go to that tractor show and I'm gonna bring it. I mean, I think it's really for bigger tractors, but this little girl deserves some recognition. So look at that shine. Probably better paint than factory. Well, I don't know about that. It came out of a can. But anyways, I'm going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little refresh of this old John Deere 140. I still need to put a throttle cable on it and fix that exhaust leak, but then I think and do some wiring. But from there, she's pretty much done. And she's going to get used. My plans for it is to mow all underneath the trees out here. That's going to be my use for it. And around the shop, I'm planning on planting grass around the shop, and I'll mow there. But yeah, I just thought I'd take you along for this adventure. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys like this old crap, I'm always going to find something old to work on and restore, or I don't know if you call it restore or make look presentable again. But it's kind of what I like to do and what I've been doing quite a bit lately. So don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share it. Would really like to grow the channel. Helps me do these projects. Gives me motivation to get to them. And I will catch you guys on the next one.